Okay, it's a bit of a micromanagement. I have no chat right now, and I will open later.
Sweet. That's better. Alrighty.
Okay. I think they are 8
Yeah,
tier.
But do we care how much they get used? Because even though they've got good, like
They get used a lot in duels, I think. But
so 1v1,
aside,
yeah,
it's not bad to run them into Saxony. You've got more than regular nation. So if we put basic nation in C, because in B that would be unfair. In B should be someone who's still better than basic nation, like Piedmont or Venice.
Yeah, no, but why do we look at it this way? How many what if a core of it will be how many nations they are better than start with? But like,
we will get to it. You are discussing too many things before we set up any tiers, then we can move it over.
Oh,
Alter the
right,
tier.
yeah, okay, I forgot you could change them. Never mind.
Yeah, I can still drag that around. I think they are 18 with that. Now we have moving along to Portugal. I think Portugal is at least B because they have very effective. Yeah, if you play 17th century, yeah, they have good pikes, but mostly they have these volunteers in 18th century who build very fast, have no bayonets, and they offer quite good firepower, so maybe they could even match Saxony. I think Portugal is not that bad.
And they're more accessible. They're much more accessible too, because the volunteers are easy to build, but no one even knows that the Saxon Grenadiers are that good.
They require a shit ton of upgrades though. I don't like game. If you pair it with round shears and dragoons of 18th century, you've got brutal fire force with a ton of units. So I think they should be A tier because they can sometimes beat power nations if executed right.
Easy. Next. You can move them around, so I forgot you could move them around, so that makes sense.
Alright, next up is Denmark. I would place Denmark easily in S tier.
Denmark is bread without butter.
Because they have strongest musketeers in the game with 46 attack. Their musketeers lack a range of Prussian, so they have 900 instead of 950. And they reload slightly slower, but it's not hard to get them. They have high attack, even without upgrades. And if you fully upgrade them, which ain't that expensive, you've got fastest musketeers in game. You can get a lot of them before peacetime ends. So I think they are power nation in that case. They build faster than Jaegers and they have a slightly less attack than Jaegers. They have bayonets as well. So I would say they can challenge power nations to equal fight. It's kind of power.
Why is this? Do we mean that will all the power nations be S tier?
Mostly, yeah. I mean, that's the meaning, isn't it?
Yeah, but like challenging a power nation doesn't mean that you are a power nation. A power nation is going to be S tier.
We will see about that. We will see later on, maybe. Otherwise, their cavalry is quite normal, and they have no advantages in upgrades, I think. So it's mostly about musketeers.
What? Oh, the next town center in the line just looks like a yurt Mongolian encampment.
It's Ukraine.
Oh, it's Ukraine, right?
Well, everyone wants to place Ukraine here, especially the Ukrainian players, right? I mean,
because they're easy to play. There's not a lot to do. I think they probably would be S tier because I watch a lot of surgeons.
When I play them, I think against noobs they are S tier because you can do double Cossacks diversion. And Sergius.
Have they been changed? Have they been nerfed or something? Because they used to be a big deal, and now they're not.
Yeah, I think they've been like when attacks been nerfed like 7 years ago.
Oh, right.
Or when was that? No, it's more like more than 7 probably. The good thing is that Sergius have attack range higher than most 17th century units. I think they have equal range of musketeers, 18th century. And they reload the fastest.
Are they cheap?
Yeah, they are cheap. and they reload the fastest. That's the important thing. They have 40 attack and they reload the fastest in the game, in late game, I would say. So that makes them brutal fire force because they reload that fast.
So
Ukraine has one of the best cavalry. Russia has better, but Ukraine can do it without 18th century. They don't have 18th century, they have balloon.
Ooh, 18th century is going to be an interesting one. So Ukraine can be S tier then for the moment. And now we have...
Yeah, now is the bestest nation in the game. Here it goes.
Those guys are SS tier.
No. not the Prussia. It's S plus, it's not called SS. we don't play for 6 tiers here. 5 is enough. 5 is enough.
Purpose.
I think if you play Zero Peace Time, Algeria beats everyone else in the S tier. I think.
They'd probably be for the
They
moment.
are really powerful.
They've got a niche
early on, but
they've got a niche. That's all they're good at. They can't like late
after
game, they're terrible.
minute
In most games,
20,
late game.
they go the lowest. They just don't have any musket. They can rely only on cannons and mercenaries and spam. The spam dies to upgrade dragoons.
Be at the highest. B or C.
They can't challenge other nations. Only in Zero Peace Time.
That's why they're not a D tier. But I don't think it's if Algeria is not D tier, there's not going to be any D tier.
Maybe they are D tier. Maybe Piedmont's D tier. Okay, coming up next is
Who the fuck is it?
Spain.
Ah, totally.
Spain is very basic apart from having armored musketeers with up to 30 attack, but they build long time. I think it's 8 seconds or something like that. 7.5 or 8. Maybe
They
even
don't have a lot of
8.5.
pros.
So that attack is not compensating how low you have them. Even though you have eventual upgrade for them.
The DPS is shit.
DPS is shit, you don't have numbers. You lack numbers as Spain. And when you play
Have we
Spain
just put
right,
Algeria
you
up
play
on
just basic nation.
Hey, you're the expert. I'm just here.
I think
The memes.
that early game, they have Cossacks, they have good pikes. They should be Algeria in the early game, I guess. Because they have better pikes.
Anyone who plays Cossacks watches this, they're going to see Algeria in A tier and Spain in C, and it's just going to be rage in the comments.
You'll see about that.
Get triggered!
Let's place it here.
Alrighty, and we have the second of the...
Yeah, the hair transplant country.
Oh, yes.
Kebabs. They are
It's
better
tier hair
Algeria.
transplant.
They are better Algeria. They have cheaper town halls. They can boom slightly faster, but they can boom on wheat. They have no upgrades for food. They have no balloon. It means they are fucked in game where you want to see anything.
Oh, right.
And their Janissaries have shorter range, just slightly longer than
Algeria has
regular
balloon.
musketeers.
Turkey doesn't.
But
Algeria has balloon, but Turkey doesn't.
no, neither of them.
The Africans invented flight before the Turks.
I mean, if Algeria
Wow.
can beat them, so should Turks.
But they don't
Or
have
does
balloon.
Algeria have and Turks don't?
Well, you just said it. No balloon, and the food upgrades are...
No, both of them have
Okay.
no food upgrades and no balloon.
Oh, Algeria doesn't have balloon. Okay.
Yeah. So, the only thing that Turkey has is heavy armored cavalry that can withstand some things and eliminate close combat. And so they have better cavalry in Algeria, and they have muskets
I think
that can
Algeria's-
challenge, in some cases, most of the other musketeers to fight and win.
I think Algeria is getting demoted to B at this point because there's way more good things about Turkey than there has been about Algeria. Turkey should be A and Algeria.
Turkey should lose against nations in A, against Saxony and Portugal, and especially lose against Denmark and Ukraine. So it should be in B tier. And Algeria should lose against Turkey. So we should move Algeria at the C tier.
That was quick.
Okay, coming up next, we got Piedmont, nation of priests.
Oh, fucking hell. E tier.
It has only priests and dragoons that build 1 second faster when you upgrade them. That are weaker in attack and in HP. So they are probably just worse. That means they have almost no gain. They are just there for flavor. And having them is the worst. Yep. Is the worst. If you got them, you feel the worst. Except for Algeria.
The problem is
late game.
The flavor they've got is just salt. There's no spices, there's no pepper, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's just
That's
salt.
the only flavor they've got, is salt.
It's a salt in the wound playing with Piedmont. You want more, but you've got nothing.
I forgot this was a video.
What do you mean?
Evan? Oh, you know, priest. I'll just... Anyway, I'll let it out.
Anyway, we've got Russia now. Many people hate Russia. They suck in many aspects.
What about the game?
It's a housing simulator. Yeah, we are talking about game right now. Just so you didn't know.
Wait. Housing simulator? Really? With Algeria?
Yeah, Algeria and Russia are both housing simulators, Turkey following them. And it's
what
costing just wood.
About Russia?
In Algeria, it's at least both resources mentioned, but in Russia, it's just wood. You need to buy it constantly. You don't want to gather that.
That's a good thing. I mean, it's not stone, but it's a good thing that you don't need stone to build.
But it's more expensive due to market conversion.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it is.
But then Ukraine would suffer. Ukraine would suffer then.
Ukraine doesn't need houses. It has no production. So with Russia, you can rush with pikes. Its only good environment is playing 0 PT and ideally no mercenaries, because their diplomatic center is more expensive by 50%.
Jesus.
So that makes it harder, but you can make 4 or 5 relic barracks quick.
Yeah.
Which will make a housing crisis imminent still, because they cover only 25 pop, but you've got good pikes, shitty strelets, they build slow and they have low range. 18th century is the only saving in having a regular 18th century barracks, and their stables are more expensive. So I would probably fare with them worse than with Spain. They are probably bad, especially in team game and peacetime.
Oh wait, if Spain's C and Russia's worse, so they go D tier.
They are at the end of C chain. We will adjust that later on. We will see. Let's move on.
It's also, I didn't realize it was horizontally in order. Okay, that's making sense now.
Yeah, you've got England. England is almost basic. They've got advantage in having slightly cheaper stables by like 10-15%, something like that. And they have cheaper horseshoe, I think, slightly.
D tier because no one plays water maps.
I don't care about it. We don't care about ships right now. We care only land map. We don't have experience with that, you know. They have sort of Jaeger unit that has shorter range than regular musketeer in 18th century by 50. They have 35 attack, I recall, 35 or 40. But they have shorter range, that makes them sometimes worse, and they build 1.5 seconds longer than regular musketeer, so that means you have 25% less troops, short range. You can as well make musketeers, and that makes them quite
They
basic.
sound shit.
They are very basic,
nothing good about it.
but you have less resources on developing a lot of dragoons, so you can say their advantage are dragoons, slightly, and that's mostly it. That's
Dragooning.
They still offer more than I would say Spain, slightly more offering, just slightly.
We're getting a bit of a split here. We're getting like really power nations, and then we're getting average nations, but it depends on how good what their good parts are. So it's like everyone has like say B and C all have one good thing about them, but the B tier is their good thing is really good, and the C tier is just kind of good. Seems like that's where it's going.
C tier is like slowed down. They are harmed in some ways, and B tier is just quite good. I would say.
Nothing special, but nothing terrible.
Yep.
3.6 Ronkin.
Okay, coming up with Bavaria. That will be a bit tougher, because they have same musketeers as Prussia. Not literally the same, but they have same stats. That means they should be possibly in S tier, but they don't have the stable of Prussia. But at least their 18th century doesn't cost as much as Prussian, so they have some advantage over Prussia. Just a slight. But they have just straight up worse stables.
Is Prussia's cavalry, is that advantage better than the Bavarian advantage?
Yeah, Bavarian advantage is non-existent. They have basic stable.
I mean, just in general, like so, like
no.
Would you rather have Prussian advantage or
Russia is better
advantage?
Because you have access to better hussars. So I think they will be either at the end of S tier or A tier. But they should be better than Saxony.
Right.
I think they are better than Saxony.
Keep forgetting there's a horizontal aspect. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, coming up next, we've got Hungary. Hungary is considered the power nation, and thus they should be in front of this all. They should beat
Why are they power
all
nation?
of them all. They have Jaegers with 1050 range. That means that's the same as France, and it's the second highest range in the game in unit. So you got second best unit in the game.
Yeah.
It has a high attack, or I think at least 40 plus. I don't know if it reaches 50 or something. Probably not. It's 40 something. And they have the only dragoons that outrange most things. They have dragoons with 100 more range than regular one. It means they can start firing faster.
Do they cost more or take longer to build?
No. I think they build regular time. It was the same. They have less attack by 21. But they have 100 more range. It is considered effective. They maybe shoot slightly faster. But they have good units. They have strongest grenadiers in melee if it comes to it. Their fully upgraded grenadiers have 75 attack. They can one-shot most units in one tap in melee. If that would happen though. But everyone will make their Jaegers instead. Come again?
Yes. That makes you wonder about the Saxon Grenadiers.
Saxon Grenadiers are better at range than Hungarian ones, and Hungarian ones are better in poking. And Hungarian ones build the longest. I think it's the longest building Grenadiers, 6.5 seconds. Maybe Bavarian Grenadiers do build similar time, but they are not really special, the Bavarian ones, so you should go with Musketeers in Bavaria most of the time, unless you need grenades real bad. Okay, next up we've got Poland. Poland is special. It has the best fast armored unit in the game. I think it's the only armored unit that's fast.
The winged hussar.
They have winged hussars. They can spam pikes the fastest in 17th century. They've got worst musket in 18th and 17th century, and their 18th century is pure basic. No cheap, nothing's cheap, no sale for Poland, so everything costs as it should.
But it sounds like.
But they have 3
Algeria,
unique cavalry units, so it's mostly about cavalry with Poland. You just can't fail on your cavalry. And I think if it's executed right, Poland should beat most of these nations on the right settings. And if we go just anytime, it should be 80, I guess. It would be probably like same army size, army power along these. Or maybe even more than Saxony. And I placed it okay, like this. I think it's not bad, just because of winged hussars or the pike tactics that they can do.
Pike.
But maybe if it's handled by pro, I don't know. I've beaten many noobs by Poland. But if I met someone who knows how to play Saxony or Portugal, they would probably on peacetime beat Poland. Nah, it's impossible. They wouldn't. On 20-minute peacetime, Poland is just a menace. If you did everything right. So I think I will keep them just like that. It's a personal scale mostly, how I fared with them. And I had great success with Poland. So it's a good nation.
Great success.
Great success. Next up we've got Prussia. And it goes. There it goes. Is it better than Hungary?
Yes. Yeah.
I think, yeah, kind of.
Prussian musketeers.
Just because of Prussian musketeers that are worse than units from Hungary. So why would it be? Just because it has 600 hussars by 25th minute. Yeah, it must be it. Because if you place Prussia against Hungary, and Hungary goes for shekels without bayonets, these hussars will just sweep through them. So I think it's right.
Easy.
Alright, next up we've got Venice.
I know that's Venice.
Very
I know that's
basic.
Venice.
Very good for new players.
They should drop a tier just for the size of their fucking town centers. Like, that thing is a behemoth. Why is it so big? You can't fit it anywhere.
It's
like, oh, I just want to
fancy.
squeeze up against a stone wall.
You can make a wall from
They
it.
made the Colosseum. They're fucking TCs
yeah,
or
yeah.
a Colosseum.
It's a square colosseum. I think personally I would probably place them B tier. I would even say they are better than England.
You know why? Now this is the
Because
why?
they have very cheap horseshoe. That's it.
But I thought England had a cheap horseshoe. I thought you said
Yeah,
England had a cheap
but-
horseshoe.
Venice have it even cheaper. It costs basically only coal.
Even cheaper.
Yeah, even cheaper. So personally, I think I would play Venice over England. Because either way, I make 18th century musketeers from each of them. And I can get more dragoons playing Venice online than with England. So that's the case. It's usually better to rush with dragoons playing Venice. At least you got something in your card against the enemy. And well, with England, I think it's mostly predictable. Maybe you will get
You and your
slightly
love of
more.
cards. There's the AoE 3 creeping out.
No, not only AoE free. Not only AoE free, mate. I think they will sit there.
Okay.
Though, are they better than Turkey? I think I have done more with Turkey than with Venice, so I will keep it like that.
Turkey feels like it has a bit more variety. It's a bit more applicable in different situations. Whereas Venice is like, well, we do this one thing.
Yeah. It's kind of basic. It's just about execution. Okay, let's move up to the best nation in the game. What?
Turkey's much better at execution.
Yeah. It's easier. Next up, we've got Scotland. A tier. S tier, I mean. S tier.
Oh yeah, S tier if there's a drinking competition.
Yeah. Immune to alcohol. No, frankly, they've got the best artillery in the game. They can, in good handling, beat most of the nations listed in S tier. They've got fine cavalry. They've got castles.
The castle.
Yeah, that is slightly versatile and can do help in some builds.
Oh, that swordsman.
But their cannons are the best thing. They have the best shooting cannons. They like a range slightly like 150 or something like that. So they don't shoot as far as regular cannons, but they shoot fast. They can shoot like once per 2.5 seconds, which is like 10 times faster than regular cannon.
They're not as big, but they are able to be
So they just decimate enemy armies. If enemy stack up in one place, if he's not pro and doesn't split with cavalry and lemons in a big line, you just obliterate them with Scotland. You don't even need your ground force, you just have the cannons. You don't even need muskets and you destroy everything. So I think...
They put whiskey on top of all the cannonballs.
Because most people can't do that. I think they should be on the level of Poland. But better than Poland. They have cheap food upgrade. They have balloon. That is expensive because they have no 18th century, but they have balloon. I think it's a good nation. They don't. They would be shitty strong then. There is so many buildings. They are English by 18th century. You know that. Everyone knows that. Okay, next we have Sweden. Now where would we put Sweden?
Hey!
Sweden
in IKEA.
Has 2 special cavalry units and only unique 18th century pikeman that has only advantage of having more hit points, but he still dies in 2 hits to fully upgraded 18th century dragoon. So he could be better by having even 5 more HP, and pike rushes with them are viable because they can withstand more shots on average than regular pikemen in 18th century. In 17th century their units are basic except for cavalry. They have quite useful replica of Hussar. No, it's Hakapolites. The Raiders, I don't think the Raiders offer anything. They may be built slightly faster. They lack armor or something like that. So I think the Raiders are just for camping and memes. Hakapolites are good when you play capture and low peacetime. And in 18th century you just resort to either full pike with basic cannons, or you go regular musketeers. That makes you a regular nation, but you have more options. So I guess they are better than Spain. I think, yeah.
Are they better than Algeria though?
In late game, yeah. Overall, I think people are less shouting when they, screaming when they run them into Sweden than Algeria. I think at least you can have regular dragoons with Algeria, with Sweden. I think, yeah, it's bearable. It might be even good. It might be beat England if you like go with 18th century pikes and 18th century dragoons. cannon management, you might beat the B tier. But it might be not that reliable, so let's keep them in C tier. They are not that good. Next we have Switzerland.
I'll be back.
I can pause. Okay, Switzerland, we do place them in S tier, obviously. If anyone can pick a nation, they pick Switzerland because they have the longest range infantry. By a long shot. They are insane. 51 attack, they build slow, they have low HP, but they have advantage. They can shoot you from the next day. So that way, many people resort to them. They have special hussars. They are more tanky and build slightly longer, which is a bad option. So everyone goes with dragoons. And that's it. It's very narrow. I mean, they have also good 17th century pike, so they are not even bad in early game. They are overall really strong. Overall, they perform much better than Prussia. And that's why everyone will pick them. They are S tier. It's hard to beat them. If you want to prove anything, try to beat Switzerland. Alright, coming up next, we got Austria. Austria is special. I think Austria is S tier. Because they have Croats who are like hussars. Slightly weaker, but available in 17th century. Their town halls built almost instantly, so they get economic advantage. They have all units armored in 17th century. So you can play with armor, especially if you play no 18th century. It's a good idea. And in 18th century they have Pandurs. I think just Pandurs. Yeah. Which is like 40 attack, no bayonet, regular range of 18th century musketeer units. So they are just like, you change bayonet for 15 plus attack. Which is good in most games, because you rely on firepower. That's why Austria can beat, eventually, a lot of nations, especially everyone under. Maybe. Yeah, I think they could, definitely. But it's questionable beating everyone else on the left. Algeria. Austria, I mean, not Algeria. What am I saying? Next up we have Netherlands. This will be tricky. I think that they should be probably A tier. They have fastest shooting 17th century musketeers, but they lack few attack numbers. Probably like 3 or 5 attack. Could be a small or big deal, but they shoot the fastest. They build faster by 0.5 seconds, which is good. And they have special dragoons that like attack, but they are very tanky. They have HP like heavy cavalry. And I think that's everything that Netherlands have to offer. Yep. So that makes them kinda weaker probably than Portugal. But they still have something to offer. And I think they would beat Turkey. Easily. Yeah, I think so. Alright. And the last one is France. That's gonna be tricky where to place in S tier. Because France is really strong. I think that France would be slightly better than Hungary. They have a shit ton of units to offer. They have one-shot dragoons. 17th century. They have fastest building, lowest attack dragoons in 18th century. They have so many of them. They have Cossacks, who are one of the best Jaegers in the game. Second best range, best attack on infantry unit. They build quite fast actually. You can have a lot of them and they are menacing. By the way, so yeah, I think they have a lot of options to beat other nations. It feels like there are so many power nations. Probably should have put them a bit lower. This game feels like full of power nations. No idea if I could do. I think Austria is not that bad. Go one tier lower. Neither is Bavaria, because it's similar to Prussia, just weaker cavalry. Yeah, I think this would go. Alright, this will be the final form. Or is it? Do we keep Algeria there?
What shenanigans have gone on in my time in the bathroom? What has happened? Why are there so many S tier nations?
Austria appeared. France. And Swiss. And they are all power nations. At least I think
There's
Austria is called
power
power nation because they got
Right, there's
quite
8
options.
power nations in the game.
8. But it depends on personal scale. If you ask Pablo, he would say like 3, 4. Yeah, I think he would end with Hungary. Ignore the rest because these would bravel slightly harder against the, like, yeah, but they are still very strong.
Who's number 1?
Swiss,
Yeah, of course.
obviously. Because they're freaking
Pablo got you at
snipers.
gunpoint.
Yeah. No, I mean, if Pablo held me at gunpoint, then only these 4 will be an S tier and the rest would be an D tier because he don't want to play that.
Not about what he wants.
Yeah, I think, personally, I would place them like this. So, if you run them in team game, or in peacetime game, with anything in B or less, you don't feel lucky. You are quite disappointed. If you get anything in A tier and S tier, you are feeling quite fine in our games that we have played so far. So, it is kind of matching. Very accurate. You can't complain having anything from S or A tier.
Oh, I can. Have you met me? I complain about everything. I get Switzerland complain.
But objectively, so yeah, I mean personally, do whatever the fuck you want, but objectively, why would you? You have advantages playing your nation. You don't if you play anything in B or less. Now the question is, do we play Algeria in D tier? Or don't? Is it that bad? Russia should beat it.
I mean,
I would beat it with Russia in peacetime, easily.
I mean, this is where the nuance comes in. Realistically, how many, like, what is the most common type of game, would you say? Like 20-minute peacetime, 5, 10k resources,
15 minutes,
peacetime,
5k capture.
Right, so now you got to evaluate them on who's best in that. Because some nations will move based on how they perform in that category because it's the most popular.
Even Algeria is played
If you're going to play
there,
online, it matters.
and it's all in. Algeria is only all in. You have to conquer in one go. If your army gets wiped, you have lost,
Right.
because their production is much worse than the enemies.
It is quicker.
It is quicker, but you have there like standing 200 light infantry against 50 muskets, and it doesn't equalize. You don't get there.
Sure. But why would you make infantry without muskets?
mercenary
Wait,
muskets.
they don't get muskets. Fuck.
They don't have no muskets.
Oh, yeah, Algeria don't get muskets, right?
Yeah.
Why am I here? I don't know I don't know anything about this goddamn game.
Only guy who came.
Algeria. Where the
Everyone
fuck
else
are
is
my
just jerking
muskets?
it off, so it's fine. I think based on the screams, Algeria is D tier. Piedmont sucks as well. If it was only screams, Russia should be in front of Piedmont, but I think Russia is better than Piedmont. Why though?
On a scale
Now,
of 1 to
thinking of
100,
it,
what
why?
would you say the meta?
Why is Russia better than
What would you say the
Piedmont?
meta plays? How much does the meta play into it?
That is a good thing to test though. If Russian
1v1 Russia
strelets
versus Piedmont.
can compensate against the basic musketeers of Piedmont. Because
I feel like
Russia
they can't
will
'cause their
lack
animations suck.
stables. Because they're expensive.
Wait, Russia or Piedmont?
Russia.
Right, but are their cavalry better?
No. 17th century they
I
have
think it's some
different.
weird kind of.
They can do some shit 17th century. They can do rushing. Piedmont can't.
Yeah. Don't
Well,
Russia
okay,
have
let's
the
just keep them like that
details or
because
whatever it is?
Russia can do pikes. Pike strategies and rushing, and Piedmont can't.
Yeah, Yemen.
What?
Spearmen. I give them pike strategies when they're spearmen. They
Yeah.
can do spear strategies.
Well, it's the same thing. Who cares? Oh, okay.
What is
Yeah.
actually the difference? Like, why are they spearmen and not pikemen?
Naming. Only naming. Maybe transcription issues. Translation. Who knows who did that job?
Pike means something weird.
Actually, not that many nations are unplayable in this game. Weird, huh? We've got
I don't
13
think we're critical
playable
enough.
and 8 unplayable, kind of.
I don't think we're critical enough of some nations.
Maybe. But I think so far, it should go.
I think Scotland gets too much of a good rap. Considering the fact that they barely ever get randomed.
People can't use them. I think that's it.
But that's part of it. How can you rank a civilization highly if they're hard
Because
to
it's
use?
my
That
personal
doesn't-
observation. I would rank them like this, based on my few hundred games. And who can you take down with them? I think I would easily take down Austria with Scotland. And I don't play them there.
I've
place
been
them
playing
there.
this game for 20 plus years. Scotland didn't even exist when I started playing this.
Yeah, right.
Why am I here?
You barely know the nation. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Alright.
I know nothing about them.
Let's go back into the studio.